Hi and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the Instarot. This is a deck by Deckstiny that I've seen online and really fancied having a look at. So I dropped them a message and asked if I could review this for them. So without further ado, the Instarot arrives in a magnetic box. It's really beautifully done. Everything looks like the classic Instagram did before Facebook changed all their lovely designs. Every deck is given a unique number, so it's a limited edition. So your decks, if you were to order this tarot deck, would be specifically your own number. As you can see, the cards actually are presented like an Instagram post, or a traditional Instagram post, I should say. These are from Deckstiny in Thailand. The box itself, you can see here, is decorated in an Instagram style inside, and it has a lovely ribbon so you can actually pop your cards out easier, and it's got holographic decor down the sides. It's just beautiful. Every deck from Deckstiny comes with a certificate of ownership. So this is the second edition and it's number 703. You can see here the author is Mate Horonumba and the artist and the artwork is done by Umsim. The backs of the cards are all identical and they're reversible. They do look like the original social media Instagram logos. I do understand that Instagram has changed their style since. You then get some spacer cards. One says loading, and then the other is the login screen, which I find really sweet. In this deck, you get 2 extra cards that you can choose to keep in the deck, or you can choose to keep separate. One is the Happy Squirrel. I always keep Happy Squirrel cards in my deck. You can see here it's got a number of 23 at the top right hand side there, and they make the numbers look like messages, which is a really cute way of putting the number in. And then you have hashtags and information about each of the cards underneath, and I think this is so clever. So we have the Happy Squirrel there, and then we have the Pamela Coleman Smith card. Now this is just a collector's card, so I'll put it with my certification cards, and it says, yet another day, another adorable rainbow bear find. These little bears seriously make my heart explode with happiness. Drop your fave collectibles in the comments. So they are the Care Bears. How cute is that? That is going to probably actually get stuck on my wall. So moving on to the actual cards themselves. They are a standard tarot size. They have got white edging. And we start with the Fool. So the imagery is quite traditional. They aren't the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, but they are based on the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. Every card has a number in the corner, like a message. Every card has the same... oh no, it doesn't have the same. It has little profile pictures. And every card has information about what the card means as the details in what would be the post. So, hey there world, it's the Fool. Reporting for duty with a heart full of hope and a head full of dreams. Let's see what kind of magic we can make happen today. Hashtag the Fool. Hashtag spread love and light. So you always get hashtags in these cards. I'm not going to read every single card's full information, or I'll be here all day and the video will be very, very lengthy. But I will explain that all the cards' numbers are here. So when you saw the Happy Squirrel before, that was 23, and that's an additional card to the Major Arcana. So here's the Fool. This card here is the Magician. I like how the actual images are coming out of their pictures, if you will, actually overriding the text in some cases. It just really works. It's a bit different. Instagram wouldn't do that. But I like how everything's hashtagged. And if you were a beginner reader, these cards are quite good because it gives you sort of the information of what the card actually means. And then we have the High Priestess. Again, the image falling out of the image. But they've made it so it's quite opaque, so you can still read the information there. And the Empress. You can see the number there in the top corner is a 3. Obviously, it would be the 3 in the tarot. I just really like how simple they've made this deck. And it's very teenager friendly, I would say. So it's a good deck for young people to read. And then we have the Emperor. We have the Hierophant. So you can see that obviously is taking a selfie. Now, this is a card where I read the information and just thought it doesn't really reflect the meaning of the Hierophant. Remember, a good selfie isn't just about the pose, it's also about the lighting and the background. Let me show you how it's done. So some of the cards information, I would say not quite as I would have it, but we have the Lovers here, and that's perfectly correct. And then we have the Chariot. I love how they're cartoony, and I love that you also get emojis. It's just a shame that Instagram's sort of changed so much now with the stories and the reels and all the rest of it, so it's not quite the same as it was. And obviously, I think even the logo on Instagram's kind of changed a little bit. So here we have Strength, and here we have the Hermit. And I love that they're carrying a dream catcher rather than a lamp. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune as a dartboard. And then we have Justice. And then we have this message here, meowtivation rather than motivation is key. Remember to always stay true to the values and fight for what's right. And you've got little kitty sort of emojis there, just really cutesy sort of things. And then we have the Hanged Man. I always turn this card the other way up to show you they are not suffering. They are just in limbo. And the information there is being stuck isn't always a bad thing. So as you can see, it's not a terrible card. And then we have Death. This is another one that I looked at and thought, I don't understand why there's a sale of 70% on. Even Death can't resist a good deal. Save 70% on everything in store. Death and shopping. Savvy shopper. Discount queen. Just felt a bit odd, but there's Death. And then we have Temperance. And then we have the Devil. So you can see it does look like the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. It's just more cartoony. And he's holding, for example, a candy cane. And then we have the Tower with a Santa hat, randomly. So it is very modern. It's a unique deck. It's quirky though. I love it. Then we have the Star. And then we have the Moon, which is really cutesy. Under the light of the moon, two furry friends followed their hearts. They took a chance and explored new adventures, running away from home to play together before returning before dawn. Moonlight Adventures as a hashtag. To me, that's not the meaning of the moon either. But yeah, cutesy card. The Sun with a huge lollipop stick there. Judgment. And then we have the World. And here we go again with the shopping references. The world may be big, but my shopping bags are bigger. Hashtag World Terror. Hashtag Shopaholic Problems. This card makes me think of Sophie Kinsella books. Here we have the Ace of Wands. And I love that it's actually a pencil rather than a wand. That creative flow. And then we have the Two of Wands. Again, the image is popping out of the actual frame there. And the Three with the traffic lights. So it's modern but traditional mix. Then we have the Four of Wands. You can see here at the top that the numbers have ceased now because the numbers are here. But the messages are still there. The Five of Wands, very cartoony with a beep, beep, beep sounds. The Six. And then we have the Seven. Don't bully, be a friend. I think it's really well done. Then we have the 8 with fireworks. And then we have the 9 with all these brooms and cleaning solutions. And it does talk about cleaning in the message. Cleaning is a never-ending job. But the 9 of Wands isn't really about cleaning. It's about continuing and trudging on. Yeah. And then we have the 10 of Wands with that overwhelmment. And then we have the Page of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. I like the kind of characters these cards depict because they are sort of similar to what you might associate with these. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands with a golf club. Moving on to the Ace of Cups. I have nothing beats a warm cup of tea at 35,000 feet. Travel vibes, Ace of Cups. But Ace of Cups to me is about new relationships, new starts. It's got nothing to do with travel. So this is what I mean by some of the messages don't quite add up. But still, it's a fun deck. Then we have the Two of Cups with sausages there for some reason. And the Three of Cups with pom-poms. And the Four of Cups with a teddy bear. And that's correct with feeling a bit introspective. And then we have the Five of Cups when you're feeling down. I love that it's got a Labrador in it. And then the 6. And then we have the 7 of Cups here with all the choices. But it talks about being sushi heaven. But it does say can't decide which one. So you've got the decisions there. Then we've got the 8 of Cups with moving on. And then we have the 9, which is the wish card. It says, feeling satisfied and grateful for all the orders coming in for our limited edition. Get yours now before they're all gone. Which I think could be a sort of advertising within their own tarot deck. 10 of Cups. And then we've got the Page of Cups here, carrying one of them refillable drinks. And the Knight of Cups, carrying a glass of something on a horseback. And then we have the Queen of Cups. And the King, carrying Coca-Cola and popcorn. So he's my kind of guy. Nothing beats a good movie to unwind after a stressful day. Just wish I could share this cosy setup with someone special. The King of Cups is more about emotions and being that really loving, emotional person. So it's still, some of the information doesn't quite add up. So you do have to have some knowledge of the tarot, really. And this deck doesn't come with a guidebook. None of the Deckstiny decks really do. So here's the Ace of Swords. And then we have the 2 of Swords. And I love that they're lightsabers. That's just really cool. Like, really cool. Yeah. And then we have the 3 of Swords. And the 4, that card of rest. And then we have the 5 with more lollipops. And the 6 with candles on a boat. And then we have a 7 with batons. I like that. And the 8 with all these microphones, but obviously she's tied up and not speaking. Feeling like a prisoner of the press. And that's sort of correct. Then we've got the 9 with all these lipsticks rather than swords. Interesting. And then we have the 10 of Swords. Facing my fear of needles head on with some acupuncture. Interesting. And then we have the Page of Swords here, the baseball bat. And the Knight of Swords with a windmill. I love that. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And the King with the tennis rackets. So they're all sort of sports themed there. Moving on to the Ace of Pentacles. I love that it's a chocolate coin because I love chocolate coins. Who doesn't? When life hands you a gold coin, you know it's time to indulge and savour the sweetness. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles, balanced there, and the 3. And the 4 with a bowl of fruit. And the 5 where he's actually on crutches, limitations. Then we have the 6. So they're not fully traditional. Obviously, we've got the 7 there, but with a magic 8 ball, which I'd have put that on the 8 for some reason because it could confuse some. Then we have the 8 with a birthday cake. And the 9 with a beautiful parrot here. And then the 10, a family card, and that's family is everything. And I'm so grateful for every moment I get to spend with mine. Blessed family love. We have the Page of Pentacles. And the Knight that looks like he's holding up a Pokemon ball. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King. So very different. And then finally we have 2 more spacer cards with thanks for your support and another loading card. So I'll put them out of the way. So this is the Insta Tarot. Is this a deck that you find interesting? Is it one that you'd use? The card stock is absolutely beautiful. It's lovely and matte. And these little points you can see are foiled. So they're beautifully done. The imagery is really clear. The messages are debatable whether they're clear or not. However, it's a really unique and interesting cutesy sort of deck that's got a really modern vibe. Let me know if this is something you'd endeavour to buy, whether it's something you already own, or what your thoughts are on it. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Thank you for watching. Take care.